How do you post a pin right on Pinterest to ensure that your content gets seen? You'll find out exactly how in today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk all about how to post a new pin to Pinterest, how to schedule it with Tailwind, and in which boards should you pin it first, how to add it to communities, and a lot more. This video right here is part 6 of 8 videos. It is a Pinterest for beginners series that I have on my channel. So you can go check it out at the link below if you're just a beginner at Pinterest, don't know how everything works, and just want to get started on the right track. For this series, I have been using my Pinterest workbook, which is right here, the Ultimate Pinterest Growth Workbook. I have been using this throughout this series because it really helps me out organize my own content for Pinterest. It has a daily checklist for 30 days that you can repeat every 30 days of things you need to do every single day to get your Pinterest account growing and get your content seen. So if you'd like to check it out, it is a one-time offer for each and every one of you. The link is in the description below, so don't miss it. So let's begin. In today's video, I will show you exactly how I add one of my pins for my Pinterest account and exactly how I schedule it to multiple boards, which board should you add it first, how to add it to communities, and everything else. The first thing that I do, and the first thing that you need to do before you post a pin, is to research keywords that you would normally use for that pin topic. Let's exemplify using a Instagram growth pin. So a pin about how to grow on Instagram organically in 2021. For this specific pin, I would write something like Instagram growth, organic Instagram followers, grow on Instagram organically. So all these keywords I research on Pinterest first. I just go to the search bar and I write Instagram growth, and it says for beginners, real followers, and all of those keywords that you see there, make sure to write them down, and I make sure to use them somehow naturally in that pin title and description. So based on those keywords, I write an SEO optimized title and description for that pin, and I also get some ideas of hashtags that people are searching for on Pinterest. So for a title, you don't have to add Instagram shopping, Instagram growth, Instagram organic growth, and just separate them with a comma. That will not work, and it looks spammy and nobody would click on that pin. So what you actually need to do to get a pin out there with an SEO optimized title and description is to write a title normally as you would write a title for your blog post, as you would write a title for a YouTube video. Just write how to grow organically on Instagram in 2021 by getting real followers fast and easy using this tutorial, or tutorial for absolute beginners. In the title, you can also include your brand name or your blog name if you want people to be able to find that pin using your brand name. In the description, you start by just saying exactly what you do in that blog post, in that YouTube video. You can write, in this blog post, we're going to talk all about organic growth on Instagram for beginners. Try and include as many keywords as you can in that description as well. Then you can write something like, organic growth on Instagram isn't difficult if you use the right marketing strategies and if you attract your target audience using these tips that I share with you. See how I also included marketing strategies, Instagram marketing strategies, another keyword that is probably very searched for on Pinterest. So try and just write the description as naturally as possible, and don't copy the same exact description that you've used on another pin. Your pin description needs to be unique, even if it is by only a word or a hashtag different, but try and optimize it a little bit different than other pins of yours. At the end of the pin, I also add a few hashtags, not a lot of them, 3-5 hashtags that are well optimized, again searched for, and they're not very long. So you can use Instagram growth, Instagram for beginners, organic growth on Instagram, and things like that. For the alt text, you actually have to describe what the image is about. So in the alt text, you can easily write that this pin is a pin including, and it leads to a blog post all about how to grow on social media on Instagram organically with unique strategies. So just explain a little bit. Next, obviously, don't forget to add the website link, and also tag your products in the pin if you have that enabled on your Pinterest account. If you are a verified merchant and you have a catalog, you can tag products on Pinterest as well. A few videos are coming on this, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now, to actually pin that first pin of yours, you will need to select the most relevant board for that pin to go into first. For example, if your pin is about Instagram growth, as we've talked about, you obviously will add it to Instagram marketing tips first. You will not add it to social media strategies. You will not add it to social media for beginners boards. Just add it to the most relevant one for that specific pin. In the same sense, if you're pinning a dress, for example, you should add it first to women's dresses. You will not add it to women's fashion, which is a more general board. You will not add it to women's style, another general board, because that first board that you pin your pin in, Pinterest takes it very seriously and wants to know what that pin is about. And this is one way that you can show Pinterest that pin is exactly about Instagram marketing, that pin is exactly about YouTube growth, and so on. After you've pinned that pin, I suggest copying the link and have a database in which you keep all of your pins, because that way you can go back to the original pin whenever you want to see the actual statistics of the pin. The next thing I do after installing the Tailwind extension, you can go and schedule that pin. First things first, after clicking schedule with Tailwind, you need to add the pin to all of your communities. So click on add and just select all of your communities and click add. Then you need to select all the boards that that pin should go into, and it should not be more than 10 boards because it can really damage how shared that pin will be, and Pinterest just doesn't recommend it. So select a maximum of 10 boards for that pin to go into in certain intervals that we will select a bit later. So right now select a few group boards and a few of your own boards, again, that are relevant to that specific pin. Do not add an Instagram marketing pin to a home decor Pinterest board because you will mess Pinterest up. They will not know what's going on with your content and they will not share it. So keep that pin shared only in relevant boards. After selecting the boards, make sure to only keep it 10 boards max, and then go to set interval. For the interval, you have a few options. You can add exact interval, optimized, or open time slot. For that, it really depends how often have you been pinning that specific pin topic on your account. You can choose open time slots if your schedule is not very full yet. You can choose optimized for them to go at optimized intervals, and you can select how long or how short can that interval be. So I suggest between 2 days and 6-7 days apart. And next, exact for the pins that you want to go exactly at that interval that you select. That will not take accountability of your open time slots. It will just be exactly at that interval that you've selected. Now just select the interval and click schedule. After scheduling the pin with Tailwind, I suggest going to that specific pin that you have open there and also add it to your anchor board and to the right section of your anchor board. For example, Instagram marketing, I go to incoming success, social media tips, that is my anchor board that only contains my pins, and I select the section Instagram marketing for people to be able to find that and go to my blog post or my YouTube video when they go to my anchor board once they find my Pinterest profile. So it will be a lot more helpful for them, for you to have an anchor board on your profile with different sections. I talk a lot more about this in the first videos of this series, so if you want to go back and watch them, that will help you a lot. So this is how you schedule your first pin or a pin with Pinterest and Tailwind for you to add it right and for it to get the most traffic and vision from Pinterest as possible. If you like more videos on Pinterest growth, there's another episode of this series coming and a lot more on Pinterest growth and how to grow your brand with Pinterest. So if you want to see more of those, make sure to subscribe and press the notifications bell to be notified when I upload. Also, follow me on Instagram at lydia.incomingsuccess because there are a lot more income reports and just behind the scenes stuff that are coming to IGTVs and also Instagram Reels, so you don't want to miss them. As always, if you're interested in working with me to grow your Pinterest account organically or your Instagram account, or even get website design or brand strategy, make sure to contact me using the form in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in my next video.